Back in 2008, Khalid was in the hospital for 45 days at the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. And when we took him to the hospital, it was more like he had these red lesions all over his body. He had a fever for like 2 weeks, like 102, 103. He had ulcers in his mouth, and he had knots on his head. So we was at the hospital. They was treating him, and like I said, he was there for 45 days, but they couldn't figure out like what was going on with him. But the rheumatology doctor was just letting me know that whatever's going on with him is kind of like a vaginismus, and it could come back later on in life. And he was in the second grade, and he was going to Barksdale Elementary School, and they was very supportive, because he missed a lot of days out of school. And just recently, in August, it came back, but it just came back with a vengeance. Like this time when it came back, it kind of threw me to a whim until when I took him to the Hugh Spalding, because he started getting them same red lesions all over his body. He had the fever again for the 2 weeks. He had the lesions in his head. With the steroids, he's on the prednisone on the steroids, and he literally gained 33 pounds in less than 2 months. So his face has literally just stretched. His body is very uncomfortable for him. And he had ulcers in his mouth, but this time they was just not in his mouth. They had grown in his ears and his nose. And the doctor there was, reviewing his chart and, was asking me, have you ever been to the hospital before? And I was like, yes. And when he brought it back to my attention, it was the same thing all over again. It had came back. He had a fever just recently of 104 for like 2 weeks. He was in the hospital for 7 days. This time they did 3 biopsies on him. They did one on his chest, one on his arm, and by this time now, a lip nose had grown on the left side of his neck. And they put a scope camera in his stomach to see. They test him for all type of diseases, lupus, everything was just ruled out. Anything you can name of the ear, mouth, and nose disease. And when the results came back, they said it was this Kikuchi Fumamoto disease. And, I'm from Conyers, Georgia, like, what is this disease and how did my son get it? Like, where did it come from? And it's been a battle back and forth, in and out the hospital, in and out the doctor's office. He's literally, he's getting newer symptoms every day. And I've been working with the doctors and working with the hospital, but I need more answers. I need someone that's more familiar with this disease that could be able to educate me more, because like when you look it up on the internet, is basically in females and like from another country, So I've got people that's in Tampa, Florida, those Mayo clinics down there working on things. I've spoke with the CDC. I spoke with the St. Jude's Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm just reaching out to everybody, just trying to see. I called the John Hopkins Hospital. Just somebody can just educate me more, because like I said, some newer symptoms that Khalid has been getting is his hands, they tremble. And he was taking 16 pills a day. My whole goal is for somebody to say, I know about this disease. I can treat your child. I can help your child. And take some of this stress off of his body. This is a lot of stress that's been on this child. He's a child. Like I said, he's taking 16 pills a day. Some adults don't even take 16 pills a day. Just by him have to swallow that every day, that's a lot for him. But not just only that, for his body just to be suffering every day. He has back pain. He has stomach pains. He don't feel comfortable. Like I said, some days when his face started stretching, how can I say something to my son if his face is hurting so bad because it's stretching? What can I do? Every time I touch him, if I touch him, it hurts him. So I just want somebody to say, I know about this. I can help that family. I can treat that family. You know, and second opinions are always a good. All I have, and I thank God for Google, you know, but all I have is Google. And Google's not telling me nothing. I called the CDC. They said they never heard this disease before. They give me the number to another company, NORD. They send me some information. Well, we're going to send you some information. It's the same thing on Google. That was her job, was basically just type in the same disease and send it to my email. The same thing I'm looking at every day. I need some education on this. I'm not a doctor, but I'm a mother, and I know something's not right. He loves to draw characters, the Smurfs.
Oh yeah, I have my own cartoon.
Yes, he has his own cartoon and his own clothing line.
Wow.
Yes, when he creates things, he just used a blank piece of paper, a pencil, tape, and he can build a restaurant. He can build.
I built a deli.
Oh yeah, he built American Deli. He built the kitchen. He'll make the stove. He'll make the actual toilet. He'll make a bed. Anything that you want to create, he's like, what are the ideas? He constantly.
I have my own company, Top Art in the World Industries.
Yes, Top Art in the World Industries. That's Khalid's company.